Hi, Dr. Yoshi Ram with Oasis Family Medicine, and today's tip is to avoid chronic stress. The reason is because it leads to inflammation, which leads to disease, leads to a dysregulated immune system, which leads to disease. So this is not about avoiding acute stress. You can actually be, acute stress helps make our body more robust. It gives us this idea of hormesis, where a little bit of good short-term stress is good because it strengthens our body. It makes us more robust. It's kind of like a muscle, right? To make it more robust or grow, we got to stress it. We got to go to the gym and work it out. It doesn't have to be in the gym, but you get the idea. So acute stress, even job-related short-term stress, not really a huge deal. What is a huge deal is when that short-term job stress or short-term relationship stress or short-term any type of stress becomes a chronic stress, because that's where it just chronically dysregulates your immune system, dysregulates the HPA, the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, messes with the inflammation, increases inflammation, and that in turn creates dis-ease or diseases. So again, it's not about avoiding stress, but rather to offload stress well, ruthlessly offload your stress. And so you have to have mechanisms to do that. And in the blue zones, depending which blue zone you're talking about perhaps a glass of good biodynamic organic wine with social engagement and community and friends or family. Maybe you're talking about a nice walk, slow walk in nature. Maybe you're talking about just simply holding the core belief that life is meant as flow. So kind of glow with the flow. Don't let it stress you out. Hang loose, right? No problem, man. Sorry, that was really bad. I'll try to refrain from doing that again. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of most of us tend to get our sympathetic nervous system to engage. That's the stress, the fight, flight, or other F word. Most of us do not take care of our parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest and de-stress. And so if you're in the United States and you live at all a normal life, you got to have your techniques to help your parasympathetic nervous system out. And while doing a hot, cold contrast shower is really awesome, 20 seconds really cold, 10 seconds hot, do that 5 to 10 times through. That's a really good way of stimulating the vagus or parasympathetic nervous system. Maybe it's doing a high intensity training exercise regimen, but you also want to balance that out with a little bit of stretching or foam rolling or yoga or qigong or meditation or prayer of some sort, whatever that is for you. However, my number one technique for helping to turn the acute stress into simply acute stress and not letting that turn into chronic stress is breath work. There is probably nothing more powerful than just simple breath work, because you don't need anything other than the free stuff that floats right around the bottom of your nose, right? Breath work, there's different forms of it. I am not attached to you performing any one particular method. The point is that there's breath work and there's a lot of different techniques, whether it's a simple four-sided breath, a lot of yoga, different types of yoga incorporate different types of breathing. There's the Wim Hof style breathing. I do that sometimes, but there's probably 100 or 1,000 different types of breath work. But the point is if you are in an acute situation, acutely stressful situation, and you do breath work either during or right after it, like in an instant, almost like within, you do a four-sided breath, just a few seconds in, hold a couple seconds, and then let it out over a few seconds, and then hold it. And then like even just doing that once really brings my nervous system down. You string that together with over the course of a few minutes, even much less like 5 or 10 minute practice, and you're going to be doing yourself such a world of good. So chronic stress is a huge disease manufacturer in the US, and I highly encourage you incorporate some routines into your life to minimize that. And I highly recommend breathwork as probably being the number one, because and most of you want a quick fix, whether that's a prescription for Ativan, or whether it's maybe people who come to see me more are, they want the natural supplement, whether it's phosphatidylserine or rhodiola or CBD is the new thing, right? There's all of these great supplements, but at the end of the day, use your breath. That's far superior to any of the supplements out there or prescription drugs even. Okay, so Dr. Yoshiram, hope you learned something. Take care.